Hi today from Tallinn, Estonia. Today we will conduct another psychological experiment in order to find out more about ourselves and about our attitudes in order to maximize our potential. Before I come to the experiment, I want to celebrate with you because Estonia is my 50th country I have visited. 50 countries, quite a bit. So I am celebrating that event today in Tallinn here, a wonderful medieval town, probably one of the best preserved medieval towns in the world. Behind me you can see the Great Guild, where it was kind of a medieval business club where people of different trades came together and celebrated together, made business here in this building behind me. Before I describe today's experiment, I would like to tell you we had two experiments before. The experiment number 1 and the experiment number 2. And before you start doing this experiment, you should at first do the other two. I will provide some links here, so you will be able to access these experiments, watch these videos, and do these experiments before you start with this one. And now for the people in this one experiment, the experiment is very simple. Imagine you are an employee. Most of you are probably employees, some of you are in business. Independently of your current status, for now, imagine you are an employee and you do a job and you find out for that job, people in another country, let's say in Bhutan, are paid 10 times as much as you are paid. And then you find out that many people of your country actually go to Bhutan to work there and they are paid 10 times as much as you do. What do you do in that situation? And now we will make a break and you will stop that video and write down your answer. Right? And then we will continue after the break. Please, in the break, stop the video and really write down the answer. What will you do in that situation? Where you know the wage paid for your job in Bhutan is 10 times as much as in your country, and people go there and work there to earn 10 times as much as you do. Okay, I hope you have written down your answer. And now the resolution. What have you written? There are generally several possibilities. First possibility, there are people who complain about the wages in their country. They just complain, right? They are unsatisfied with the wage and they complain. This is probably, I would say, the worst thing to do. The next level is to do nothing, just to accept the fact and say, okay, I can't do anything about that. It is like it is. I will just stay here and earn what I earn, and the others they should earn what they earn. I don't know what to do about that. So this attitude is a passive attitude. This is an attitude of a victim, similar to the attitude of the complaining victim, but this victim isn't complaining. This victim is an accepting victim, accepting his fate. This is also a non-constructive attitude, as you could imagine. This is not an attitude that will somehow lead you to success. The third attitude is you try to make it impossible for the people of your country to go to Bhutan and to earn 10 times as much as you earn in your country. This is also a destructive attitude, but it is much better than the previous two attitudes, because you are actually acting to change something. You don't improve your own status. It's like the attitude of the gardener's dog, right? Who doesn't eat anything himself and doesn't eat anybody to eat either, right? But it is still a little bit better attitude than the others, because you are actually acting. You are doing something to create the world. You don't improve the world, you actually make the world a worse place to live, but still you are active, right? Then the next attitude, the fourth level, and this is what probably most of you would do, or most people would do, is they decide to emigrate, to go to Bhutan and actually to work there and to earn 10 times as much, right? This is an active attitude, creating your faith and so on. But this is still an attitude of an employee, right? But this is still not the optimal attitude. This is not an attitude which actually allows you to achieve the greatest success. The best attitude, and this is what the entrepreneurs under us would do, the entrepreneurial approach, and this is what the most successful people, businessmen in the world would do. And in this attitude we recognize that for the service that we do in our country, in Bhutan, people paid 10 times as much. So what we do in that situation, we use that difference to employ people in our country and sell the service to the other country, to Bhutan. In that way, we would be able even to offer twice as much for the work of the people that they are paid in that country, and still have 500% profit on that, right? And this is the entrepreneurial attitude. So whenever you are in that situation, take a step back and think of that. How can I use that price difference or any situation in an entrepreneurial way? And how can I use the differences in the world, or maybe between the industries, or between the regions, in my favor? Okay, that's what I wanted to tell you. And why I'm talking about that from Estonia? Because Estonia is one of the most entrepreneurial countries in Europe and probably also in the world. Why is it like that? Estonia has a very small population, so everything they do, they immediately, if they want to make it a success in business, they need to think of that in an international way. And many of the products, they have a global scope. You certainly know Skype. This is a global service that came from Estonia. And I also have two great friends in Estonia, Pip and Arno. If you are listening to that, hi from Tallinn, who are great entrepreneurs. Actually, they are considered the best entrepreneurs in Estonia right now, with the two companies, Cleveron, which specializes in packet machines and robots, and also ON24, which is the largest furniture retailer in Estonia, and they are also active in Finland. Estonians are just forced to think internationally because they don't have much population in Estonia. So everything they do that in that scope. I hope I could give you some insights about entrepreneurial thinking and the right attitude to maximize your potential. If you would like to find out more about entrepreneurial thinking, about how the most successful businessmen in the world, the self-made billionaires, think, act, and live, subscribe here. And here you will find one of my best videos. And here you can get the updates to my upcoming book, The $1 Billion Secret, where I describe 20 principles of billionaire thinking. Thank you, and see you from the beautiful medieval Tallinn in Estonia.
Even like 2 days.